Welcome back to the telephone system upgrade. This is part 2. I don't know how many parts there are going to be, but I have since mounted up that 5-way splitter, and that works just perfectly. I did mount it with screws. What I actually did first, because of the right screw on it and where the wire comes out was just like impossible to mount this thing, I actually used some low temp hot glue just to tack it up in place. Then I drove the screws into the wood, took the screws out, snapped it right off because it's low temp, so it snapped right off, and then put the screws back. I put the right one in almost all the way, left just that much room, and was able to just slip a screwdriver in there and get it tightened down. And then the left side, put that screw back up in there. So I sort of used the screws to pre-drill the holes, if you will. So that is there, and that will take care of the jacks that I need for the server room. But we have to deal with this mess over here and get everything hooked back in to the rest of the network and all of that. Before we do that, we're going to take one more look at the RG10A ring booster by Viking, because there is another feature and function to this that I didn't mention in the first part that would just be nice to document so you can see before I go and put this in service, and then it's never going to happen. The book explains that this also has programming that can be done, and it says it can be configured to add loop current to low loop current lines. This feature is not compatible with systems that regulate the loop current. Important electronic components are sensitive to static electricity. Personnel and work area should be grounded before handling. Before performing this procedure, be very careful when performing this procedure. Use only one hand to change the position of the switches, and only touch the loop current boost and polarity switches in the RG10A. Other components can be very high voltage if the telephone line rings while performing this procedure. Well, wouldn't it just be smart to not have the phone line connected in that case? But it explains down here that there are some switches inside. So let's open it up and take a look, because they kind of promote the fact that you're allowed to open it. Yeah, it's a number 1 Phillips. See how nice that works when you use the right tool? I want to just see inside. I mean, obviously there's just a circuit board in here. Nothing to really see, but hey, you know, why not? This is the opportunity I'm going to have, so we can get a nice shot of that. It's not going to be easy to put back together necessarily. Oh wow, they're big. They're big switches right there. I don't need to change anything or touch anything, but that's what's inside. Yep, it's there. LEDs down here. 2 big switches, wow. One does the loop current and the other can reverse polarity on the line, is what it is. Alright, we'll put it back together. Not much to see, like I said, but hey, it was worth the look. Well, that's it. It's in. That was not an easy task. Let me see if I could take you up here. Well, I'll show you that in a bit. What I wanted to do now was actually demonstrate this to you. Now, yeah, I guess I could bring the... Yeah, let me get everything set up here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, I have everything set up. I have the Armiger rotary phone here, and you'll notice if I take it off hook, look at that. Hang it up, off hook, hang it up. So that's all good. Let me call it now. So I got to get the tablet here. And placing the call now. Something didn't work. Okay, that was really weird. Let's try that again. There we go. Just something fucked up the first time. So there it is. Everything's ringing as you hear. The armiger is ringing. It's got the greatest ringer. So I'll hang that up. Everything is back. Now I'll take the phone off hook, and if I were to dial touch tone, nothing's going to happen, but I'll go ahead and dial a number. And you can see how the light flashes. Perfect. So we'll hang that up. And now, that really is it. Let me show you more of how I had to get everything wired and tucked in here. So right here, this here is on the UPS. This thing needs to be battery backed up as well. This was for the wireless network upgrade, which has slipped down. I'll have to just put it back. I had to use another one because they just don't give you enough outlets. Wanted to put it here and maybe move that over, but it didn't want to plug in next to it, so I put it here, plug the transformer into that. That was there. And coming back around here, that is the transformer for the ring booster, which is right here. Coming around back, not too much to see. Telephone cord coiled up. Power cord is coiled up somewhere in here. Can't see what I'm showing you. But that's all in. Cable modem just sort of loops up and back around. It just, I should really bundle that because it doesn't need to go up there like that, but it is out of the way. So maybe I'll do that. Out from the ring booster, the gray cable that comes up, loops over the wood that's there, plugs into the closest jack. The white one is for the doorbell server, so that can ring. And this one leads all the way down to the armiger phone. I have now added an AT&T 210. Indeed, there is a dial tone. The dial is lighted. I don't think the camera can really convey that with the amount of light. Yeah, you can see the green there on the 8. Or on the 0. So that works. And nothing happens on the ring booster, of course, when you dial touch tone, like I said. Although if I switch it over to pulse, whoop, was that the right one? Yeah, maybe I gotta hang up. Yeah, it works now. Maybe you can see that's interesting. This phone caused the doorbell server to do that. It wasn't doing that the other day, and it didn't do it with this when I dialed with that. It's just dialing now. Yeah, it's working. Switch it back to tone. Yep, that all works. So I can have that. So let's ring that now. So we'll get the tablet again. And placing the call. Yep, it's working. Absolutely. So we'll hang that up.